Well, the U.S. Supreme Court has let a federal gun control law meant to protect victims of domestic violence stand. The 1994 ban on weapons for those with restraining orders against spouses and partners was challenged by gun advocates. Now, they argued nowhere in U.S. history has such a restriction ever existed. An appeals court in New Orleans agreed and struck down the law. The High Court overturned that decision, keeping the law intact.
This is the type of situation where, sure, maybe we did not have domestic violence restraining orders at our nation's founding, but we understood that you could disarm people who are dangerous. And therefore, there's enough of a historical underpinning that we can uphold this law. And I think that's really important guidance for lower courts.
Well, here in California, state statistics show the total number of protection orders issued limiting a person's access to firearms and other weapons increased by 20% between 2020 and 2023. Well, advocates for domestic violence victims say this ruling will no doubt save lives. KCAL's Michele Gile is speaking with a domestic violence survivor and a victim's rights advocate about the court's ruling.
This is a huge one. I was so excited and overjoyed. I was getting texts, emails all morning.
Orange County mother Gabriella Blanchard knows the fear of leaving an abusive spouse and waiting for word that a restraining order has been put in place.
The terror that you feel knowing the threats that they've made on your life, or even if they haven't, even if they've just been violent towards you, it's a subconscious fear that you have within yourself. And by removing their right to have a firearm while having that restraining order just lifts a huge weight off of every single victim, survivor, knowing that they're going to be safe.
Hope Talia works at Irvine-based Human Options. As a legal advocate, Talia connects domestic violence survivors with pro bono attorneys who go before judges to secure restraining orders.
We know that 72% of DV survivors, domestic violence survivors nationwide, have fatal outcomes when their abuser has access to a firearm.
The Supreme Court's decision to uphold a law to keep firearms out of the hands of abusers is a big win for survivors. Statistics show if the person hurting them has access to a gun, their risk of a fatal outcome is 5 times higher.
To give them access to a firearm is tantamount to signing a death warrant. And it's not just about survivors, it's about their children as well. We're trying to keep families alive.
Gabriella Blanchard is celebrating the ruling.
I mean, I can't tell you enough. The fact that it would even be an option to not take away firearms from somebody who has harmed their partner blows my mind.
In Orange County, Michele Gile, KCAL News.